Do you remember that crowd? It was unbelievable.
Crazy.
Chapel Roan, Lollapalooza, this is Grant Park last summer. Exact numbers always hard to pin down, but the reps say that she drew the largest daytime crowd ever for the festival. And over 4 days attendance for the fest, 110,000 fans each day.
Speaking about a cultural shift there, this summer's Lolla will be the 20th in Chicago, but authors Richard Bienstock and Tom Bajor wanted to do a deep dive back to the event that started as a traveling festival in 1991 through 97. And doing that, their new book takes a look at the rise of alternative music. It's called Lollapalooza, the uncensored story of alternative rock's wildest festival. And we say good morning to both of them. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Good morning.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. First, we wanted just the most basic question, though, is like, how did Lollapalooza lead to such a shift in the culture just in terms of alternative rock?
It was really in the right place at the right time. They had this idea that you could put all of these bands that weren't in the mainstream out together on a tour, and that the people would come and that it would fill arenas, and they were right. And so it was really the spark that lit sort of the whole 90s alternative explosion. And the idea of having a traveling festival was also completely untested. It was really a huge risk for everybody involved, and it worked for 7 years. So it was a bold move that paid off.
Really interested in this book here, especially this list of people that you interviewed for the book here. I mean, it just goes on and on. Stage crews, record label execs, of course, the artists, roadies. Where did you guys get the best information from? Did we lose him?
I think that you kind of need that whole mix. You need your A-list stars. I mean, you can't do a book like this without speaking to Perry Farrell and speaking with all these people that were headlining the stages. But I think where you get a lot of the best information is from the people that have not told their stories. And those are the stage crews, those are the stage managers, those are the organizers, the people behind the scenes that really get into the nuts and bolts of how everything worked and that have not been interviewed before about this stuff. So that's probably some of where the most fascinating information came from.
I'm curious how Lollapalooza kind of shifted as these bands grew in popularity. You know, at the beginning, maybe not so well known, but then when you're talking about Pearl Jam and Nirvana and, you know, some of the bands that really, really grew in popularity, how did the behavior maybe, and how did the relationships between the different bands grow or maybe devolve over time?
Well, it was an interesting thing because Lollapalooza 1991, when it starts, is really before Nirvana comes out and changes the whole face of the music universe. By 1992, their second year, alternative music is all over MTV, it's all over the radio. I think that it just made the stakes much, much higher. And I think for some of the bands, it made them a little bit uncomfortable because they had grown up thinking of themselves as outsiders and sort of as like the freaks. And suddenly they were sort of the bands that were on MTV, they were famous, they were mainstream culture. So I think there was a lot of tension between remaining cool and being famous, being financially successful, and also keeping to the brief of Lollapalooza, which was to do something alternative.
Right. I mean, what do you guys think about where the festival is today? Do you think that it's lost some of that original soul from the 90s?
I think it has, but I don't think that that's a knock on Lollapalooza. I think it's just a completely different thing these days, and I think that it should be a completely different thing these days. I think if it was the same thing, it would still have lost its original soul, because you can't sustain something like that for so long. It's completely reinvented itself, and it's reinvented itself for the times, and I think that it brought a lot of other festivals along with it. Lollapalooza is not the only player in this sphere anymore, and that's really largely because of Lollapalooza.
I know you guys said you talked with Perry Farrell. Why was Metallica a tipping point for him in terms of walking away from the tour?
Well, the tour in 1995 had tried to do a completely alternative bill with Sonic Youth and Jesus Lizard and Pavement, and it had not panned out well at all. So for the 1996 year, they really needed to change things up. And Metallica being the headliner for Perry Farrell was just too far afield from his vision of what alternative was. He thought it was too macho. He thought it was going to bring audience people who were sort of the kids throwing other kids in the locker instead of the kids being thrown in the locker. I think he just thought it was going to be too much of a burly sort of like heavy metal thing. And so people often think of 1996 as the year that Lollapalooza jumps the shark. And in a lot of ways it is, because it completely changed the festival. It changed the venues that the festival was playing. It changed the ticket price because Metallica was so expensive. Things are never really the same after that because the branding, I think, has just become sort of much less meaningful after you've had Metallica as a headliner.
Right, and I think we reported earlier that the 4-day pass is sold out in just 1 hour this year. So the festival is still very much going strong. Let's put the information here on the book again. We want to show our viewers here. Again, it is called Lollapalooza, the uncensored story of alternative rock's wildest festival. You can catch Tom and Richard on the socials there. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. It was great.
Thank you.